Okay, how do I create digital music? You know, I have analog music. I have a guitar, I play it. I have a piano, I'm a singer, I have a band. So how do you create digital music from analog music? You create an encoded file. How do you create an encoded file, right, in a digital music format? Well, you have a microphone. The microphone converts sound energy, mechanical energy moving through the air, into electric signals. Now you have electrical energy, but it's still analog. You could run it right into a speaker,
Mhm.
but you didn't really get to the digital part. If you convert the sound energy into analog energy and then you run it into an encoder on a computer, you can encode that to be a digital music file. So now you've got a file with digital music on it. Now, how do you convert it back into music? You send it over a network, then you send it to a computer and you decode it on the computer, and then you play it either via a speaker, like that's a simple idea, or via peripheral, which actually creates analog music. An example of that would be like a player piano,
Mhm.
where you actually drive the player piano with a digital file, and you started with a piano on one side, you encoded the file, you send it to Tokyo, it comes out as analog music on the other side. There's no speaker. Now, the significance of digital music is I create a million copies of that file, right? The greatest piano player in the world can play the piano in Steinway Hall, and then 10 million people can listen to what they played with almost perfect reproduction. There's no conservation of energy there. But, you know, a lot of times people say, well, Bitcoin can't be digital energy because blah, blah, blah. It's not really pure electricity. And I think an interesting point here to make is a digital music file digital music if I eliminate all the computers and all of the speakers in the world, right? What is it then, right? It's right.
Yeah.
It's like just a file, right? It's a if I obliterate the civilization, or if I take away the internet and the computers, the peripherals, and the speakers, then a digital music file is nothing. Now, what is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is an encoded. Think of it as an encoded file by a computer, right? I create an encoded file with a computer, which is a Bitcoin miner, and with energy, like real energy, electricity. If you give me electricity and run it through a SHA 256 miner, I can get a Bitcoin. Just like if you give me a singer and run them and a microphone and you run it through a computer, I give you a digital music file. But where it's different is this becomes a conservative file. I can now send that over a network. I can decode it on an exchange, in this case, a fiat currency exchange, and I can convert it via a service, a retail service or an energy service or any other type of brokerage service back into either a product or a service
Mhm.
or property. And so I start with $1 million worth of electricity. I convert it into a Bitcoin. I got $1 million of Bitcoin. I can either get it by putting pure energy into the network, or I can get access to the Bitcoin by paying $1 million for it. Now I've got $1 million of Bitcoin. I can hold it forever. I can send it. I can break it into 10,000 parts. I can send it to 10,000 places. I can reconstruct it. And then if I run it back through an exchange, the exchange is really converting what is digital energy into political energy, which is fiat currency, the yen or the dollar or the euro. So I convert from Bitcoin to yen. I convert from yen into a product on a retail site, or I convert it into 10 people working full time, or I convert it into a building or whatever I can buy with the thing. And so in this particular case, a digital music file is just a way to more efficiently move music, and digital energy file or Bitcoin is a more efficient way to move energy.